Hey guys, what's up? Back with another Escape from Tarkov video. And this is actually my first video since we had the whole Tarkov wipe in the update for 0.12.11. And so I just wanted to share with you guys a few of my favorite weapons pre-flea market in like between levels 1 and 20. And so I'm going to go over some of these. They can all the attachments I'm going to go over and things like that will be from traders here. Hey guys, I want to remind you that I do stream on Twitch every Monday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday over at twitch.tv/stormfox23. And if you guys do enjoy this video, be sure to hit the like button. It really does help me out here on YouTube. And if you want to see more Tarkov content like this, be sure to subscribe. First weapon I highly recommend is the SKS. Now this is a 7.62x3.9 weapon. And honestly, since it's early wipe, PS rounds will do just fine. Most people are running level 3, level 3 and under right now, sometimes 4. But the PS ammo is still very good right now. On the SKS, it's about 21,810 through Prapor right now. And you can also, if you have Jaeger, if you've done your tasks and you unlock Jaeger, you can get the OP SKS, which allows you, it has a dovetail mount, which then allows you to get a scope on it, which is really nice because the iron sights are okay, but they're honestly, it's not my favorite to use in the iron sights, but they're okay on the SKS. It's not terrible. Like some guns are just terrible. SKS, it's okay, but yeah, you can get yourself a nice little scope. I'm trying to remember who it's through. It's through Prapor. I believe you can put this Cobra on it if you have the dovetail, but unfortunately the regular SKS, you cannot add any scope. You cannot add any scope to it because there's no mount for that. All right, my next weapons would be the AKs. Now, some of these I found in raid, you can't buy them through the traders, I don't believe, like the AKS-74 or like the AK-74. But honestly, you can usually find them on scabs, or your scab sometimes will spawn in with an AK-74 or some sort of AK variant. And you can add bastions, which allow you to add a scope. So normally your AK will be like this. It just has the dust cover with no rail. So what I did is I went to, I believe it's Skier who has the bastion. Yep. It's about 63.25 through Skier. So you just get a bastion, you swap it out for the regular dust cover, and it looks like this. And then it allows you to have a rail here. It has a rail, which allows you to have a scope. Now, this scope I got from Peacekeeper. He sells one. No, it's not Peacekeeper. I lied. I think it's Skier. Yeah, Skier has it for about 13,800 rubles. It's a decent red dot sight because there's not a lot to choose from at this point. Or you can go with a Cobra. Not through him though. I think it's Jaeger. Jaeger has a Cobra here. The EKP, which is a lot of people's, you know, default red dot, I think, at this point in the game. That early wipe, it's a good one. It's decent. Okay, it's decent. It's not my favorite, but I think a lot of people do like using it. But it is 14,700 rubles, but that is so much better than trying to use the iron sights for these guns. So you just throw a rail on from Skier, and then you get a scope from, there's a few different traders that have some scopes. So Skier has the one red dot, Jaeger has another red dot, and so that's a great way. And then you can also, if you want to add something else, if you want to try to add some sort of hand grip that you maybe found in raid, or there's a few, or there's, I know there's for sure like one or two. See, this is an extra one I found in raid as a handguard, but you can still get a handguard from the trader. Let's see, Prapor. And you want to buy this one, the AK-100 series polymer handguard, which has a rail down here. And so you can put that on your gun, on your regular AKs. I don't believe it can go on the AKS. So, or the AKS-74 use and stuff, because it's too small. Like the handguard on here is too small. And I believe there should be some grips. Peacekeeper has one here, but honestly, this one only helps with ergo. It does not help with your recoil. But if you want extra ergo on your gun, you can get the KIC vertical grip. I've done that. It's $32. And then let's see. Pretty sure I saw someone else who had a grip and I just can't remember. Ah, and then here we have Skier. He has a Zenit RK6 foregrip. This gives you -1% recoil and +5 ergo. So I guess all in all, this is the better buy if you're going for a little bit of recoil reduction and some ergonomics. And it's about 70 to 63 rubles. So not bad. All right, so I went ahead and bought it. I put it on here. So I got my AK to 86 recoil and 55 ergonomics. This is with a different handguard. I could buy the one and show you guys what it looks like. I believe it's on this one. So I can just swap it out here. And so on this AK with the polymer grip you can buy from the trader from Purport, it's 87. So I believe it's just one recoil point different. I was like, what do I say here? I believe it's 1% different. So I'll put that back. And then I'll take this back off, put it on this AK. Put that back on, yeah, change this to 86. But it's so much better to have a little grip and a sight on your gun. And you don't have to have the flea market. You can use traders, which is nice because that's what I was struggling with, is trying to use the iron sights, just a default AK you find in raid. It's not fun. Not for me anyway. Also, the ADAR 215 that you can get from Skier is another good one. I know a lot of people like to use the ADAR early wipe, and even later on in the wipe people enjoy using it, but it is a little bit more pricey, but it already comes with the rail, so you can customize it from the get-go. You don't have to worry about buying any extra anything on it in terms of rail. Now you can use these scopes again, whatever ones you want to use. You'll also be able to buy mags from Peacekeeper if you don't still have a bunch. I still have a bunch of mags because I didn't care to use my M4. Honestly, I don't want to use the M4 when I can't get a rail here. It's just, yeah. No, I just sold them. Well, I used one, lost it I think, and then I just sold the other one. So I have a bunch of these mags. I still have my DTMDR, but I still have a bunch, so if I want to, I can go and use the ADAR. It's a nice semi-auto gun. It's personally not one of my favorites, but I haven't used it enough because honestly, when I pick them up, they're normally from scabs or something, and they give you the red dot that's like in the worst spot ever with this front sight, and it's just bad. But you can do it right, and the gun can be decent, especially since it's 5.56. You can find some good ammo in raid, put that in there, and you can get yourself some kills. Also, with those 5.45 AKs, you want to find yourself some BT ammo or BP, preferably, rather than using the PS. It's honestly pretty easy to find. I find it a lot in customs around Stronghold, and that's honestly a lot of times where Stronghold and the other Skeletons construction building. It's there are some good places to find BT rounds. Sometimes you find some BS rounds too. So BT, BS, BP. I just haven't seen a lot of BP personally, so I've been using BT rounds and they've been working quite well for me. And then for the ADAR, you want to try to find M856A1s if you can. If you can't, you're probably gonna have to go with your default M855s that they give you, preferably M856A1 at this point. I think in this point in the game, and then work your way up there, because I actually found some M995s in a raid earlier, but probably overkill at this point in the raid, but you will shred through the armor if you do use those, if you happen to find a bunch. So, but that is what I recommend. Anyway, those were just a few of the guns that I like to run early wipe that I've been finding the most success with. So that's why I thought I'd share it with you guys. There's more weapons you can choose. There's some semi-autos, or not semi-autos. There's some submachine guns. There's some pistols. I just prefer to use the AKs and these kind of weapons right now because I can modify them a little bit, and the SKS is just good. SKS is just a great semi-auto gun. Early wipe and even later on, SKS is just good. So I thought I'd share with you a few of my weapons, my favorite weapons. I know there's more, but this is just my take on my favorite weapons to run early wipe before flea market. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys have any more suggestions in terms of guns, attachments, better variants or options that I didn't, well, I know there's ones that I didn't mention because I said this is my favorite. These are my favorites, but just maybe some inputs on what you guys use that I can maybe start using. I'm level 11, trying to hit 20 so we can use a flea market, and we got some tasks to do and things like that. So yeah, if you have anything you want to share, any guns, anything you want to share, that would be great. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.